I used to believe that marriage was founded on forgiveness. Sarah always said, "Nobody's perfect, Ethan. Love is about choosing each other." Over and over. And I did. I believed every word that left her lips, even when her eyes stopped agreeing with her voice. It began subtly. Longer hours at work. Her phone always flipped face down, laughter that no longer had my name in it. I told myself she was just exhausted, that I was imagining things, because love teaches you to question yourself before you ever question them. Then one Friday night, she walked in wearing the perfume I'd given her on our anniversary. But it smelled different, stronger, newer, like it wasn't meant for me this time. She was humming, slightly tipsy, lipstick blurred at the edges. Half joking, I asked about her night. She smirked. "Rough day. Just drinks with co-workers. You worry too much." Something in her tone felt memorized. I laughed it off, but my chest tightened like my heart was trapped inside a fist. The next morning, while I was making coffee, her phone buzzed on the counter. A message preview flashed before the screen locked. Last night was worth every risk. My hand froze mid-pour. The sound of the coffee dripping felt deafening in the quiet kitchen. When I confronted her, she didn't even try to deny it. She sighed, annoyed, and said, "Ethan, it was just a one-night thing. Harmless. It didn't mean anything." Harmless. That word slammed through me like steel meeting steel. I stared at the woman I'd built my life around, and she laughed. Actually laughed. "You're acting like I killed someone," she said, rolling her eyes. In that instant, something inside me quietly broke. No rage, no shouting, just silence, the kind that changes everything. I didn't yell. I didn't throw a thing. I simply nodded and said, "You're right. Maybe I am overreacting." That night, I lay beside her for the last time, pretending nothing had changed. I kissed her forehead, turned off the light, and she smiled, believing the world was normal again. The next morning, I woke early and told her I was heading to work. But instead, I went to the bank. I'd always handled our finances, bills, mortgage, savings. She never bothered to understand it. By noon, most of our money was sitting safely in a new account under my name. Legally mine. She still had her salary, but everything else, the house, the investments, I quietly secured. Over the next few days, I played my part perfectly. Dinner, small talk, casual jokes. She thought the storm had passed. I let her believe she'd won. Then Friday came, exactly 1 week after her harmless night. I left work early, picked up her favorite flowers, and texted, "Let's have dinner tonight." Her reply came instantly. "Finally, I knew you'd get over it." That evening, candles flickered across the table. I poured her wine, listened to her chatter about weekend plans, smiled where I was supposed to. She had no clue that I'd already met with a lawyer that morning and filed for separation. Halfway through dinner, I handed her an envelope. She frowned. "What's this?" I said softly, "Just something harmless." Inside were printed screenshots of her messages, photos, and a copy of the transfer paperwork. Every dollar she thought we still shared, now legally protected. Her face drained of color. "Ethan, what is this?" I leaned back, calm. "You said it was just one night. I'm treating it the same way. One choice. Harmless. And now it's over." Tears filled her eyes. The same woman who had laughed at my pain was suddenly pleading. "You can't do this, Ethan. We can fix this." I looked at her, really looked. The tremble in her hands, the disbelief on her face. And for the first time, I didn't feel heartbreak. I felt peace. "You laugh," I said quietly. "Do you still think it's harmless?" She didn't answer, just stared at the papers, shaking. I stood up, took one last look at the woman I once loved, and walked away. No slammed doors, no shouting, just silence, louder than any goodbye could ever be. That weekend, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Dozens of missed calls, endless messages. I didn't reply. The last text she sent read, "Please, Ethan, I made a mistake, but some mistakes rewrite everything." 3 weeks later, a mutual friend told me she'd moved out of our house, and was staying with her sister. I didn't feel satisfaction or revenge, only relief. That day, I realized something important. Sometimes getting even isn't about hurting them back. It's about reclaiming your peace. Months went by. I started running again, picked up photography, even traveled alone for the first time. Freedom stopped feeling like revenge. It started feeling like clarity. One evening, standing on a beach in Oregon, I watched the sun melt into the horizon when my phone buzzed. A message from Sarah. "I miss you. I ruined everything." I typed a reply, then erased it. Some stories don't need endings. They just need silence. I switched off my phone and kept watching the waves, soft and endless, like love once felt, beautiful until it broke. That's when I finally understood. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. It reveals who they really are and who you were always meant to become after them. Maybe that's not revenge at all. Maybe that's redemption.